On this episode of Blue Collar Boys, the guys are heading east to Grayson, Kentucky, meeting up with their good buddies Blake and Cass to see if they can't get a few Kentucky longbeards on the ground. Early morning on the first day, in the first hour of shooting light, the boys call in a big old Kentucky longbeard from the neighboring property. After the longbeard closes a distance of 700 to 800 yards, he holds up just outside of camera view behind the ground blind and doesn't offer the boys a shot. So with a little bit of footwork and some maneuvering around, they're able to get the gun outside the back of the blind and make a shot on this big old stubborn longbeard. In partnership with Chasing Whitetail, Full Clutch, Leprechaun Magic Mix, Hunting RX. Well, pretty much all packed up here and ready to go. Heading to Kentucky today. Doug's on his way here, or well, he'll be here about 8:30, I guess. But got about a 5, maybe a 5.5 hour drive. Might stop and see Ryan from HRX, holler at him for a bit, and gotta take the boys some Leprechaun's Magic Mix down to Kentucky so they can try it out. But it's gonna be a good time, man. We're allowed 2 birds down there, and we've had a pretty good success. We've killed birds every year we went, so we're gonna be there. Well, we're getting there tonight, but we'll be hunting Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday, maybe just depending on how things go. Maybe head back late Monday, early Tuesday, or Tuesday at lunch, something like that. But anyway, can't wait, man. I love our annual trip to Kentucky, see Blake and Cass, so it's gonna be good. Of course, we got to stop and get a ribeye at the Hogs Trough. Go see Preston, best ribeye you ever eat. Go to Grayson, Kentucky, go to the Hogs Trough. That's probably one of the things I look forward to the most, is that ribeye. So I can't wait, man. Road trip number 1 of the year. Here we go. What's up, guys? We are en route to Kentucky. We're about 25-30 minutes into the trip. Already had to stop twice because Doug had to use the restroom. No. We are heading toward Grayson. Blake and Cass were out there last night trying to locate some birds for us and for themselves, I'm sure. I haven't talked to them yet about if they found any or not, but that's all right. We've had a pretty good success rate every year we went there. But we'll be pulling in about 3:30. Yep, Central or Eastern. 3:30 Eastern time. I never remember that.
And weather looks good.
Yep.
Forecast shows 65, 70 degrees, sunny with just a little bit of cloud cover.
Should be good. Blake and Cass said that best weather they've had in 2 months, so we're gonna get there, unload a little bit of stuff, grab a ground blind, get a pretty good idea where we're gonna set it. Kind of got a different plan this year. We're gonna set it up in a different spot and have it ready, but we're gonna go locate some birds in the morning, see if we can't hear some gobbling on a roost. And if that's the case, then we may switch spots and take our Nukem quick blinds and go set up somewhere else. Look at this thing. Look at this old boy here. What's up, man? How are you, buddy? You too. Well, we just come down out of the hills. We're gonna go over here to the Hogs Trough, which is just right over here, and get one of Preston's famous ribeyes. Just pulled in here. Gas is $2.58 a gallon. That's like a full 50 cents a gallon cheaper than it is in Illinois, which is ridiculous. So definitely gonna fill up before we leave here today. Back door here, if you look right there on top of that hill is some persimmon trees, and that's the field we hunt in. But our buddy Cass and Blake got us to hook up, got a nice place to stay. It never charges, so we're deeply in debt to them and their buddies for letting us stay here, even though they always refuse our money. You just don't meet too many people like that anymore. But we're here. We've had supper. We're settled in. I'm going to fletch up some arrows and get a shower. And we're probably going to hit the hay because we're tired. Been a long day of driving. So tomorrow morning, we had one gobbling while we was down there. So hopefully in the morning, he's right on top of us. Actually, when when Cass left, there was 2 longbeards just around the bend gobbling. So I was pretty sure it was them. But either way, they'll be right between us because they're hunting on a neighboring farm on the next mountain. So I think it's gonna be a good morning. But we got some arrows to fletch here. We're gonna get started. So we'll see you in the morning.
Well, good morning, guys. We got it set up in here. We probably have 2, 3, 4 birds gobbling behind us. Probably what, 300-400 yards away from us. I can't hear him. I can hear him every once in a while. Nathan over here. He's got him. There's a hen. Now we got a hen behind us over here. Well, that could be Cass and Blake. So, yeah.
He wasn't coming in, was he? Strutting back and forth right there.
Thank you, Nathan.
You're welcome.
I don't know. You think he was going to come in?
No, he was moving further away from us.
Tell you what, that full clutch slate, I think that's what got him in here.
He came from a long way.
Just a 2-year-old. Nice bird though.
I'm gonna shoot, buddy.
Nice beard.
I don't know how good I got him on there. I'm shaking like a leaf. Beautiful.
Man, I wanted him to come in for you so bad with that bow.
It's alright. It's just an hour in the first morning, buddy.
I know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I had to climb down on the floor of the blind to get that done.
Oh, I got leg cramp. There's another bird gobbling. You want to get up? You want to set back up? And
Yeah,
go?
get in the blind.
Well, had a very successful morning today. Opening weekend for Kentucky. We had probably 4 or 5 different birds gobbling. Had at least 2 or 3 down this way. Down this ridge, down over the hill. This one was way up in that side of that mountain. And Nathan said if we can get this bird to come down that mountain, he will commit and come in. And with the full clutch slate call, we got him to come in. We had our decoys facing out here in front of us through here. This old jerker came in behind us and just 15, 20 yards.
And drummed for 35 minutes.
Yep. Around over here. But yeah. Nathan looked in the back window and said, "You tell him, Nate." When you was looking through the back window, you could see him just as plain as day.
Oh yeah, he was, well, I thought he was closer, but he's about 15 feet outside the back of the blind. Spitting and drumming and spitting and drumming. Vibrating the whole dang tent, really. But
And every time he gobbled, you could just hear the rattle in his chest. He was so close.
he's close enough you could almost smell him, but I think he came up out of these bottoms and seen these decoys and just stayed back here and put on the show. And he wouldn't go out there to him. I don't know why. I don't know if it was a ground blind that had him triggered, or if I think maybe there might have been a hen off in the bottoms that he was listening to. Maybe he was working both of them. I don't know. He just wasn't coming into the decoys. Don't know.
But so we made a decision. Nathan was like, if you can get your gun out through the side of the blind, you want to take him. And I was like, well, I'll have to get down on my knees and belly. I said, but that's your call. You're up. And Nathan was like, let's get him on film and let's get him killed, because I don't think he was going to come in.
He wasn't. No. He was moving. He was moving away, not fast, but moving away.
And his head was as white as snow. He was fired up.
Yep. Got done though.
Yep.
A little contortion with the camera and stuck it out the window. He seen me stick the camera out the window, but he still wasn't. He was maybe a little bit nervous.
I say you had him a couple times there on film and was like, shoot him, and I just had some tree branches, or I should say tree branches and briars and a couple small trees. And he finally turned and kind of went into half strut and kind of picked his head up, and I asked Nathan, have you on him? And he's like, yeah. And
Clobbered him.
Did a little flopping. I mean, probably not the best footage or a lot of it, but we got a lot of him gobbling.
Oh man. Hopefully all spitting and drumming got picked up on camera, because it was, when you got one 15 feet outside your blind spitting and drumming for 35 minutes, I don't know how you can't pick it up. But that was probably one of the funnest mornings I've had in the woods, to be honest with you.
It was. Today was a very great day. Then we went out and got him, and Nathan was like, let's take a couple pictures, and I sat up here and wasn't, what, 2 seconds later, three more birds down left, so we jumped back in the blind, and we've been working those for, what, the last 2 hours?
That one came out after that, didn't he?
Yep.
Came out in the field, seen the decoys. He went on alert. He didn't like them decoys. He went up and over the hill. But these 2 down these bottoms are henned up. We're gonna have to. I think if we set up on in the morning, I think we're just going to be where they want to be.
Yeah, get inside their bubble.
Yeah, we're going to get down in that bottoms on that logging road, I think, and set up some form or fashion. If it's, I don't necessarily want to drag this big blind down there, but we can take these small blinds down. Maybe set up on that road. Like Doug said, if they end up in this field making noise, there's still turkeys down here gobbling.
Yeah.
They're on the next mountain. If they end up in this field, we can always come up to them, but it's hard to get down on them from these steep hills that pick you out too quick. So that's 3 opening days in a row. That's 3 opening days in a row for you.
Yep. I'm 3 for 3 on opening day in Kentucky, so.
Thanks to Blake and Cass, man. We appreciate you guys.
Yes,
now
thank
we
you
gotta
very much.
get this stuff cleaned up and figure out we're going to keep hunting or go get something to eat.
The good thing about it is we've got all day to do it, so.
Well, we can take this bird back, get it dressed out, get it in the freezer, get it checked in, stuff like that. Probably better check her in before we get to moving them around, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean,
you can't check him in. We ain't got no signal.
Yeah,
you just got to write down what he is. And
I wrote everything down after we killed him when I was in the blind. So all I got to do is call in and get a confirmation number. I mean,
I bet we got a good signal at the Hogs Trough.
I bet we do.
We'll use Preston's internet.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, man. Let's get up out of here
Okay.
and see what we're gonna do.
Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate it, man.
buddy. Well, we spent the better part of the afternoon chasing a couple birds. They actually come up behind us right after Doug shot his, and we're within 25-30 yards, the best we could figure. But they just didn't show themselves behind the blind. I think they were down there with a hen and just didn't feel like breaking the cover of the field, so they kind of moseyed off down through the bottoms. But we spent the next 4 or 5 days chasing these birds up and down, across, around, through these mountains. Just never could quite get close enough to make it happen. I did end up busting a Jake on about the last day, but apparently it wasn't a good enough shot, and I just can't run as fast as a turkey can, so he got away from us and disappeared, and we never did find him. But we had a lot of fun. We enjoyed going to Kentucky every year, and like always, we can't wait to get back to home to chase them around here, but man, we sure do hate leaving Kentucky. So until next time, I guess we got some pictures, we got one bird on the ground, we got lots of memories. So what a fun time in Kentucky.